In your book, The Truth About Employee Engagement, you outlined 3 main reasons team members become disengaged. So I want you to just go through those real quick and then talk about if they're still just as relevant today, if anything's changed there.
Sure. By the way, that book was originally titled The 3 Signs of a Miserable Job.
That's a hard one to read publicly.
That's what happened. We were like, people were like, I like this book, but I can't take it to work because my boss will think, what's wrong? So we literally retitled it because we didn't realize it would be so traumatic.
If I rolled into work with that book on the table, Dave Ramsey's going to be like, what's going on there? That's funny.
So these are the 3 killers of of employee engagement. And what's important is to understand that there's 2 things that people need in life. There's some things are called satisfiers. You need enough of them and you're satisfied. Food is one. It's like if I said to you, hey, here's a hamburger and a meal, and you said, that's worth a lot to me. And I said, here's 2. And you go, no, I'm full. You're satisfied. The value of it kind of goes down. But then there's things that are called drivers, not satisfiers, drivers. It means you can never get enough of them. And that's what these 3 things are. It's like the things that we really need and want more of. And money is actually a satisfier. When you pay somebody enough money, after that, it's diminishing marginal returns. But there's 3 things that we all want, and we want more of them, and they're always good. And the first is we want to be known. The first killer of employee engagement is to be unknown, anonymity. When people feel like, and that's what's going on in society today, does my boss really know me? Does my boss know what's going on in my life, what's going on in my work, what I'm struggling with, what I'm hoping for, and where I am? If a person is not known by their manager or even their manager's manager and their colleagues, they cannot love their work. And you see people who have the apparently sexiest job in the world, high paying, all these things, and if they feel unknown by their manager, their morale is way down. So to be known is the first one. The second one is all of us have a God-given desire to make a difference in other people's lives. And so we want to know that our job is relevant. So irrelevance is a job killer. If a person does something, but they think, I don't think anybody else's life is in any way better off because of what I do for a living, they cannot feel wonderful in their work. And you can see some people in certain jobs that get paid a lot of money and have a lot of notoriety, but at the end of the day, they go, I don't think what I do really matters to anybody. They are usually really unhappy in their jobs, and people are surprised by that. So irrelevance is another one. We all want to know that our job matters, whether it's to a customer or a colleague or a vendor. Somebody's life has to be in some way better because of what we do. And the last one, George, is what we call immeasurement. That's a job killer. And that is, I don't have any way to assess or understand if I'm doing a good job, if I'm actually succeeding. Everybody needs a scorecard or an indicator or some sort of feedback that allows them to discern for themselves that they're either doing a good job or that they're not doing a good job and they need to get better. So what people really, really want and need is to be known, to know that their job is relevant to someone, and to know whether they're doing a good job. And without those, no amount of salary perks or being able to work from home in your underwear is going to make somebody engaged in their job.
That is powerful. And there's so much inside of each of those that we could get into. But I want to know, as a leader, if you're looking out at your team right now, how can you spot if someone on your team is disengaged? How can you spot one of these things to know and kind of assess?
Yeah, it's a great question. And you don't wait for some metric. You don't wait for some productivity statistic. What you can tell and literally, it's like, and I like to discern things. I kind of gut feel around this. You can tell if there's joy in your office. You can tell if people are smiling and talking to one another and if they seem enthusiastic. That is the first. Joy is the leading indicator of employee engagement and productivity. Joy is the leading indicator. Now, ask yourself too, like, are they coming in and are they excited about the work they're doing? Do you feel like they're doing the minimum amount? Do you feel like they're leaving, relieved to be leaving? Really, it's that. And you can just ask people like, hey, where's your energy level? And you can usually see it. You don't have to wait to look at just the numbers. And so I think it's best to go with the leading indicator and discern it whether people are engaged with one another and experiencing joy. If people are sitting at their desk all day and not talking to one another, that's a pretty good indication that there's not a lot of engagement.